Do you ever hear that nagging voice inside telling you you're not good enough? That whisper of self-doubt that stops you from pursuing your dreams? You're not alone. It's a universal part of being human, but the secret isn't to silence it forever. It's learning to turn down its volume and turn up your own. In this video, we'll dive into the roots of self-doubt and give you practical steps to build real, lasting confidence. We'll show you how to quiet your inner critic, celebrate your strengths, and move forward with courage. This isn't about fluff. These are real tools for real change. If you're ready to stop letting your inner critic run the show, let's get started. The first step is to stop fighting your inner critic and simply acknowledge it. When that voice says, "You can't do this," just notice it. Don't argue, don't spiral. Give it a name. Call it the gremlin or the doubter. This helps you separate it from yourself. Think of yourself as a scientist observing a phenomenon. You're not judging, just watching. When the thought, "I'm not smart enough," pops up, say, there's that thought again. This is mindfulness, seeing thoughts as just sentences in your mind, not commands or prophecies. The goal is to stop being a prisoner of your own mind. You decide who gets the microphone. Notice how these thoughts make you feel physically. Tight chest, churning stomach. Acknowledge that too. This is you gathering data, not getting swept away. You can't change what you're not aware of. By shining a light on these thoughts, you take away their power. They thrive in the dark, but awareness shrinks them. Notice when your critic shows up before a social event, before trying something new. This awareness is the foundation for change. Remember, "I am a failure" is just a thought, not a truth. Your brain generates thousands of thoughts a day. You don't have to believe them all. Your job isn't to stop the thoughts, but to stop believing they're true. For the next 24 hours, just observe. Write down every time your inner critic speaks up. Don't analyze or fight it. Just note it. Thought, "I sounded stupid in that meeting." Thought, "I'll never be as successful as them." This simple act of noticing is a giant leap toward taking back control. You'll see how repetitive and unoriginal your inner critic is, a broken record. Once you see it for what it is, you're ready to move on and start talking back. This is the beginning of you becoming the conscious creator of your life. You're not just a passive recipient of negative thinking. Awareness is your first tool. Use it to reclaim your power. Let's move to the next step. You're ready. Now that you've observed your inner critic, it's time to challenge those thoughts. Imagine your negative thought is on trial. Ask, is this 100% true? Can I predict the future? The answer is almost always no. This interrupts your automatic belief system and engages your logical side. Next, demand evidence. If the thought is, "I'm not good enough for this promotion," ask, "What's the actual evidence?" Then, "What evidence proves I'm good enough?" List your past successes, praise, and skills. You'll find the evidence for your competence is stronger than your self-doubt. This is about reframing. Instead of, "Everyone will think my idea is stupid," try, "Some might like it, some might not, and that's okay. I'm prepared to handle feedback." Use the courtroom technique. Call your witnesses. Memories of times you succeeded, challenges you overcame, thank you notes, diplomas. Present this evidence to the rational part of your mind. The verdict? The accusation is unfounded. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a habit you build. At first, it feels slow, but with practice, your brain learns to question negativity automatically. You're rewiring your mind for confidence. Don't let those thoughts bully you. Stand up, question them, demand evidence. Most self-doubt is built on lies you've told yourself for years. Tear down that faulty foundation and build on truth and your proven capabilities. You have the power to change your story. Start now. Every time a limiting belief appears, put it on trial. Challenge, reframe, and move forward. This is how you build a resilient mindset. You're not at the mercy of your thoughts. You're in control. Keep practicing. Confidence is a skill. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Let's keep going. You're making progress. On to the next step. Now let's overwhelm your inner critic with the truth. You are more capable than you think. Your brain is wired to focus on negatives, so we need to consciously shift that focus. Grab a piece of paper and write "My strengths" at the top. List at least 20, big or small, personal or professional. Everyone has strengths. Don't let the gremlin tell you otherwise. Next, start a win journal. Every night, write down 3 things you did well that day, no matter how small. This trains your brain to look for evidence of your competence. On tough days, your journal is proof of your abilities. This isn't arrogance, it's building an accurate self-concept. For too long, you've seen yourself through a negative filter. It's time to see yourself clearly. Think back. What challenges have you overcome? You're still here. You're resilient. Those past successes are the bedrock of your confidence. Don't dismiss them. Own them. Keep your strengths and wins visible. Read them every morning. This is like lifting weights for your self-esteem. You're building the muscle of self-belief. Your focus determines your reality. Focus on the good, the strong, the true. Let your strengths guide you. You have a history of overcoming challenges. Use it as fuel. You're stronger than you think. Let's keep building. Here's the truth about confidence. It's not a prerequisite for action. It's the result of action. Don't wait to feel confident before you start. Start small, even ridiculously small. Overwhelming goals paralyze us. Write a book feels impossible, but write 100 words today is doable. The goal isn't to achieve everything at once, just take one small step. Use the 5-second rule. When you have an instinct to act, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Each small action is a vote for your more confident self. Every time you act, you build momentum. The first push is hard, but it gets easier. Confidence is the momentum from keeping promises to yourself. Action is the antidote to anxiety and overthinking. When you're stuck in your head, do something. Tidy your desk, do a push-up, send an email. Action creates clarity. You figure things out by doing, not just thinking. Every small action is evidence that you follow through. When you hesitate, look back at your track record. You've done hard things before. You're building a history of competence and courage, one step at a time. So, what's one small thing you can do today? Identify it now. Use the 5-second rule. Go do it. Don't let your brain talk you out of it. The feeling of accomplishment from one small act is more powerful than hours of thinking. This is how you build real, earned confidence. Not by waiting, but by doing. Take action, no matter how small. Each step counts. You're moving forward. Keep going. You've got this. This step is critical. Learn to be kind to yourself. For years, you've had a drill sergeant in your head, but true motivation comes from encouragement, not criticism. Self-compassion isn't self-pity or making excuses. It's treating yourself as you would a good friend. When you mess up, don't call yourself names. Say, "It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. What can I learn?" Setbacks aren't signs to stop. They're part of growth. When you stumble, pause and acknowledge the disappointment. Say, "This is hard, but it's okay to feel this way." Reframe failure as a lesson. What can I do differently next time? Every mistake is data, every stumble a course correction. Develop a self-compassion mantra. I am doing my best, and that is enough. Or, I am kind to myself. When self-criticism rises, repeat your mantra. It's an anchor in the storm. Your worth isn't tied to achievements. You have inherent value just for being you. Separate your performance from your personhood. You can make a mistake without being a mistake. Next time you stumble, put your hand on your heart, breathe, and offer yourself kindness. It might feel silly, but it rewires your relationship with yourself. You're becoming your own greatest ally. This is the foundation of unshakable confidence. You'll be there for yourself, no matter what. Internal work is powerful, but your environment matters too. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Choose to spend more time with people who believe in you and inspire you. This might mean tough conversations or creating distance from negativity. Your digital environment counts too. What are you feeding your brain every day? Unfollow accounts that trigger comparison or self-doubt. Curate your feed for empowerment. Follow creators who uplift and inspire you. Fill your ears with positive podcasts and audiobooks. Your physical space matters. Tidy your desk. Add something that makes you happy. Create a sanctuary that supports your well-being. Think of yourself as a gardener. Your mind is the garden, and people and content are the seeds. Pull the weeds, plant positivity, and water it daily. This isn't about ignoring problems, but about tilting the scales toward support and encouragement. When you surround yourself with positivity, confidence grows naturally. Protect your environment fiercely. You deserve a space that helps you thrive. Make positivity your default. Watch your confidence bloom. To recap, here are your 6 steps. Acknowledge your inner critic. Challenge negative thoughts. Focus on strengths. Take small action. Practice self-compassion, and surround yourself with positivity. These are real tools. Use them daily. Confidence is a journey, not a destination. Which step will you start with? Share in the comments. If this video helped, like and subscribe for more practical guides. Thank you for watching. Your better self is within reach. Keep nurturing your confidence. It's about persistence, not perfection. You have everything you need to take the next step. Go for it.